Hold my head.
Every time.
Hey, we here, y'all. Listen. We got something special for you guys today, and I'm excited. Listen, welcome to another episode from the Battle to the Glory. Yes, it's Wednesday, hump day, and it's our Friday. Lady T, don't you give us that smile, because you know it's Friday. Look, she love it when it's Friday, y'all. Listen, man. We got somebody special for us today, man. Like, blessing us with his presence. And listen, before I get into introducing him, listen, we're going to introduce the panelists. Lady T, of course. She is the co-host of From the Battle to the Glory. And of course, our brother from another mother, Rodney Glover, the host of Dad Mentality. And yes, it is going to be a treat for you guys. And of course, we have our special guest today. He is amazing. Listen, this is energy. And yes, it is spelled with two I's, guys, and know it. He has all the energy that you gonna receive. Now, let's go, man. Energy, man. Tell us a little bit about yourself, because I want everybody else to know, man. Get excited, y'all. Get excited. Come on, energy. Tell us.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on, crew?
Hold on. Time out. Don't hey, look, man. You came with, hey, you came with this. Hey, nah, man, get them that energy that you got, baby. Give it to them. Don't be talking about come on. Hey, y'all doing? Nah, let's go, man.
Might have been trying to be grown and sexy for a second.
I know.
Let's
go, energy.
Go energy.
Yes, go, man.
Help me today. Yeah. All right. So let's try this again. What's going on, everybody?
Yeah.
It's your boy Energy. As my brother mentioned, that's with two I's, no Y, and I come from New Jersey, man. Straight from the Garden State, born and raised. I am a musician, songwriter, producer, artist, and I'm just glad to be here, man. Glad to be here with good people.
Wonderful. We have a unique podcast. We have great conversation. It is definitely faith-based. And today's topic is what is strengthening your relationship to Christ. And so before we get into that, because I want to focus on some stuff, because I've seen some of your work. And so you definitely, no, seriously, you have a song that is called, it's called The Call.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What was the reason for that song?
The reason for the call, I was at home with COVID, laying on my back, and I definitely felt like I was getting ready to check out, man. And while I was laying there, I was looking at all of the things that God had placed in me to do that I didn't do, things that I didn't get to, things that I procrastinated with, things that I know I wasted time chasing a little bit of everything, and just kept putting stuff off, like telling God I'm gonna get to it, I'm gonna do it. I even had fear in the picture, man, and laying there on my back, bro. I was like, yo, I can't leave up out of here without this stuff being done. Like, I know I got to get it done. And in that moment, it was like an encounter that I had with the Lord. And he was just like, let me know, like, when you get up from here, like, you need to get busy. Like, I got work for you to do. I need you to come away from ripping and running for any and everybody. I need you to put your plans down, and I need you to pick up my plans so we can get to work. Like, and pretty much, man, as soon as I got some strength to recover, that's when I started writing a song right there in my room.
The Call. So in other words, that song was God when God saw you in that bed with COVID, he said it's time. So you just wrote a song, The Call. Yeah, I love it. Then you also have a song, it says Signs of a Good Mama. What's the purpose of that? I told you I would take, bro. Listen, bro. I was like, yo, come on. Talk to me, man. Talk to me.
Man, Signs of a Good Mama, that came from just like my love for my mom. My mom, she sings. Man, my mom had me when she was young. My mom was like 18. And before she had me, I know one of the things that she was doing, she was actually supposed to go to school for singing. and she put her career on the back burner for family, and just helping to raise us. And I just always had that adoration and honor for her. And what way to honor who she is, what she's done, who she still is in my life. What other way than to speak the same language that we speak fluently, which is music. So that was my ode to her.
Oh man, that was good, man. That's good, man. I got 2 more questions, but I'll hold those questions closer to the end of the show.
Yes, sir.
Lady T, you have any questions for him real quick, or Rodney?
Oh no, I'm good. I'm actually listening to the music right now since Chef Dennis ain't want to tell nobody.
Yeah, and I haven't heard it either, so I'm gonna have to go and listen.
The good news is I'm on my computer, so I'm looking at Mercy Live right now. I think it's the right thing.
Do that. He can multitask. I can't.
Yeah. So
I listen, guys. I'm going to show you guys. I'm definitely going to tell you. But when I interview and talk to him, I got to see their work because I don't want to just come up here and not know nothing about the person.
Yeah, but then you tell us to ask questions like we know his work. So,
I mean,
all good. I feel bro. You see how he do us. You know what I'm saying? I thought we was going to talk about the strength of our relationship with Christ. But it's all good. Nah, we can get into his.
I definitely wanted to ask him because that was like I said, some of this stuff right here, his work, man, it touches me. It moves me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a worshiper. So when I was listening to your music, you know what I'm saying?
What says a lot right there.
Shot fired.
Yeah.
What's he trying like you the only worshiper in the group.
Right.
Man.
Hey, energy. This is what I got to deal with every day with this guy, man. I say something, he got to turn around. Yeah, I just love it. I love
get me as a backup too. So,
oh Lord, I got but guess what? You know what?
Backup.
The good thing is that God has strengthened me. Through him, I am strengthened.
Come on.
Guess what? I know it's coming. I'm like, yeah, you got it.
All right, so now I know he. So far, when I listened to you, you're a singer, not a rapper. I learned that. I thought it was going to be more. I thought it was going to be rapping, but I definitely can feel the vibe. It definitely has. So let me ask you this: then, who was your influence? Who influences your music? For you. Who were the people that influenced it?
Man, I grew up listening to a little bit of everything. Stevie, Little Fred, Winans.
You about to talk.
My mom grew up singing with Casey and JoJo, so.
I'm sorry, I mean like
hold on, wait a minute. I got a mix of everything in me.
Hold on, wait a minute. Casey and JoJo, hold on. I would not have been a fly on a wall seeing them guys. You know what I'm saying? Now you talking to me. I think I made my first child to Casey and JoJo. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm like. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, for sure. I grew up on a little bit of everything. So and I'm big on producers, Quincy Jones, you name them. Like I'm big on it. Like I grew up studying a lot of those guys. So my music, you're definitely gonna catch an R&B vibe, definitely gonna catch a hip hop vibe, especially with I got a song that I'm dropping next Friday on the 6th. Where it give you a little bit of everything, man. Teddy Riley, vocoder, the whole nine, man. I'm into it all. So
all right, I'm gonna give you a real quick question, see if you can answer it for me. If you on a desert island, you only got one album to bring with you. What album do you bring?
That's not fair. That's not fair.
One album. Come on, man. Rap it. You gotta think of what's the first album come to your mind that you're like, all right, I gotta have that one,
Well, he's not a rapper.
I didn't say that. I said rapid. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Rapid. All right, cool.
Rapid. I was like, yeah, just give me your first thought.
Cool. Songs in a Kid Life.
Okay. Heard.
What about you, Roddy? What was yours?
What was mine? Well, I don't have any music talent, so therefore, if we're going to go with, all right, so I'll go with what I feel is the greatest hip hop album of all time, and that's The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
You got it. We got it.
Yeah. So.
Hey T, what about you, Lady T?
I don't have none. Sorry, y'all. I ain't got none. Sorry.
Now, if I want to get off that island, then I got to bring some DMX with me. You know what I'm saying? DMX will make me get off that island. You know what I'm saying? I got some DMX on there, and I'm building a raft today. We getting off this joint. You know what I'm saying? But if I just want an all-around album, to me, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill is the greatest hip-hop album ever made. So, there you go.
No fight.
All right, Chef Dennis, we don't really care about what you probably gonna say something. You're gonna say something as whack as possible.
I appreciate your love, my brother. But we gonna go right into this topic, man. So, Energy, in this journey of you producing and writing music, what strengthens your relationship with Christ in this journey? You know, you can start from the beginning to now. What was the turning point of your life, far as focusing on your relationship with God?
What has strengthened my relationship? Community. Community, man. Before I came into Christ, you know, of course I grew up in church. But even at a young age, like I've always seen the Lord pull on me. And one of the ways that he pulled on me was by way of his presence, especially when it comes to like praise and worship. And like when I became of age and I was able to drive, and the church that I was at, like it was always stifling the presence of the Lord, man. So I told my parents I gotta go. And like the Lord would always just line me up with where I needed to be, and his presence was always the key. And like, man, I was consistent. Wherever I knew he was going to be, that's where I wanted to be. And he met me one night, man. When I got saved, I wasn't even in church. I was in my friend's living room having a Bible study. And the Lord changed my life. And from that moment there, he consistently has kept me with people who have always been the example of where he desires for me to go, what he's designed for me to do. And so the thing that has helped to strengthen my relationship is community, having people who not only are there to talk about the word, but the people that are there to be the word, be the example. You know, before me, it was the thing that made the apostles, you know, effective the way that they were able to look at the people that they were leading and say, we've left you an example the same way Christ left us one. And so walk in the same example. And just having that for myself, man, that and just, you know, obedience for sure, you know, just obeying God when he gives commands. It helps to build, you know, our confidence in him, our confidence in knowing his voice, our confidence in our relationship with him. That, and yeah, I mean, for the most part, those are the tools that's been holding me down so far, man.
Rodney, what about you?
For me, what strengthens my relationship with Christ is the closer I get to him, the better it gets. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I said, I struggled in my past, and that was all because of me. It wasn't because of anything that, you know, I don't have no story of God failing me type story. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, I found myself in trouble enough times that God had no choice but to save me. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it was, you know, I'm just thankful that he did. You know, there was times that I can definitely point out where I know that God was there. Like when I got out of that situation, I know it was nothing but him. You know what I'm saying? And I always knew that God had something more for me. You know what I'm saying? But I always kept it. I was like, okay, well, I'm a great father. You know, I'm a provider. I do all this thing. That's good enough, God. You know what I'm saying? Type mentality for a long time until, trying to think what was the like really, really, really defining moment for me. I think it was just me just being tired. Like, I just wanted to be a better example. I'll say one of the joints was when my nephew came to live with me. I knew I had to live a better example if I wanted to be an example for my nephew. I would say that was one of the things that definitely defined the moment where I knew that I had to strengthen my relationship with God and start really focusing on Him. But it's just that the way that God has come through for me during the times where, I did obey. The times that He came through when I did obey was just more than I could ever imagine. So and then once, like I said, like I told you, I said yesterday, that time in Bali where I just really felt His presence. You know what I'm saying? I felt like He was sitting beside me, and it was just like I just cried. And I couldn't contain it. Like I was trying not to cry. I'm a very I've told y'all about the story about my best friend crying and we stopped being friends because I was like, you weak. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely, when I was in that moment, it was just like I couldn't do nothing. And it was just the presence and just feeling His glory was great. So, it once you experience things like that, it's hard for you not to, so I think that is some of the things, because there's many more. I could talk all day about the things that God have done, but those are just some of the things that definitely strengthen my relationship. I tell anybody who's used to know me or wants to know why I am the way now, I tell them, I was like, look, the best thing, because they always want to go against, oh, well, what about the Bible and this, and what about that, and oh, so you just waiting for some white man to come save you. You know what I'm saying? You always get that. And I just look at it, I was like, look, bro, when you have a relationship with Him, none of that bothers you. Yeah. Like I don't give a crap about none of your sarcastic things or how you feel. You know what I'm saying? It's obviously that you don't, because if you did, you wouldn't, you would be feeling the same way that I feel, the same way that Chef Dennis feels, Lady T and Energy. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think I answered the question.
Yeah. Well, Lady T, what about you?
Well, Chef, I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna let you go ahead. Yeah, and I'll be last.
Oh, shucks, Lady T gonna give it to me. Oh, I feel so
loved. And she said it with the kind voice.
I know,
too.
yeah.
That makes me nervous. I don't like that. Yeah, that mean the fire about to pop out. She trying to contain it. That's what it sounds like to me. Go ahead.
What sustained me in my relationship with God is, I'm being surreal, and I'm not saying this to be Jenny Energy. I'm not just saying it to you. Is that over my period of my struggles and everything, it was the music that kept me, the music that sustained my walk and my faith. Why? Is because I feel like God speaks through me with the music. I grew up on Commission, the Winans, Marvin Sapp. Marvin Sapp was, even though whatever he's doing in his life, and Roddy said this all the time, God can use anybody. And so I don't look at their life and say, you shouldn't be doing that. They're human, they make mistakes. And so Marvin Sapp, his music got me through my rough times. Fred Hammond is one of my greatest artists. I loved it. I went to go see him and everything. Same thing with him. It's a personal thing. That's personal. But God has used both of those guys' music, and God has given them a gift, and He used that gift. And so that's how my relationship grew constantly. When I was going through things, I listened to music. And so it got me through my rough times. It wasn't a person. I didn't even pray. That was what got me through. I wasn't even praying. All I did was I cut on the music and I just started to, listen to it, and it ministered to me. But not only did it minister to me, it opened up my heart to receive Him even more, because I really listened to the words and how I dived in and how I broke it down. It really touched me. It moves me. And so, that's part of my strengthening relationship, how I've strengthened my relationship. And then now, as I grew, I began to read more. I began to pray more. And so these are the things, these are the tools that I use to strengthen my relationship and my walk. Because, without that, I would not see the way I see. I wouldn't speak the way I speak. And it's not, Roddy tease me all the time. It's not on a high horse, because I don't want pride to overtake me. Pride can overtake you. That's one of the greatest sins, that a man or a woman that speak for God allow pride to come in, seep in, and take them in another dimension, because pride is something that will keep you in bondage, keep you in a place where you think you're better and not broken like everybody else. We are all broken. We all go through things. And so, and I'm going to end with this. And so, these are some of the things that I use to strengthen me, as well as become the person I've become, the man that God has called me to be, as well as my heart posture is different. How I love people, how I see things, and how I can see they hurt and pain, and my heart goes out to them. This is who I become.
Yeah.
Even in my marriage, I realized that I have to sacrifice everything for my family, my wife especially. And now, God has spoke to me, and now, man, that's a tough task to do. Give up everything for your family, and let them, walk in glory, and then don't worry about, because God got me. That It was hard for me to do that. Now I'm in another place, because I don't like when people call me and tell me I got pride. Nah, when you tell me that, I got to fix something. And I'm being real.
Right.
Because I'm in the process of always fixing myself, and I want to be a living example of what I'm doing and how I'm carrying myself. I want people to come to Christ, not for me, it's for God. And so I want to be a living example for God, and I want him to use me the way he wants to use me. And so I'm gonna tell you the honest truth, guys. That's something about me had to be broken, because I want to really soak and saturate in God. I want to be saturated. I want the oil pressed all over my body, you know what I'm saying, from the head to the feet. I'm serious, and I'm not trying to make this up. And this is how I'm speaking, and so I pray that somebody understand what I'm saying, because guess what? It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to just grasp at one time. You know what I'm saying? And it's tough. And so, those are the things that how I strengthen my relationship with Christ, and how I stand so firmly and strong, and not be shaken when the storms get rough. Go ahead, Lady T.
I like how you answered it, because I agree with you. Music was for me too. I like that. It wasn't what I was going to answer, but music was what I love. And it wasn't just gospel. I love R&B and rap. So I still hold on to that. Truly, music can soothe the soul. If you got a good artist that can, got them lyrics that just be hitting it, you can really just become like in a spirit mode. And so I feel you on that. Okay. Ask the question one more time so I can make sure I say it the right way, because I already know my answer.
What has strengthened your relationship with Christ?
Okay. What has strengthened my relationship in Christ is love, because Jesus, he showed me so much love that I cannot deny ever. It would be blasphemous if I ever denied the Holy Spirit for my life. So I feel love, because I said it yesterday. Y'all sleeping on love, and y'all need to do some research on love, how to love. Because when you love God with all your heart, your soul, and your mind, and love your neighbor as yourself, you are really doing something. That is truly what you are going to see, the manifestation of what God truly is. Truth, not make believe. I ain't telling you something for you to sit up here and, understand what I say, but you see it for yourself in your own life. And so the love that Jesus has shown me, when I say Jesus, I say Yeshua, I say Christ, the inside of me that has blossomed into a beauty that I am able to feel it within myself and actually verbalize it to someone else. And it can be whoever it is. And I give it, and it's so beautiful. And I can see it like, oh, Jesus, that's you. I know it because I'm not perfect. And I don't know how to even talk. I don't know how to even give. I don't know how to even love the way that you do. So I know you for sure. And when you feel that for yourself, and you see it and you sense it, you can't deny it. You will want to give it. You will want to give it away. You will always want to have it for yourself, because, what's really for you is always going to be with you. And so I feel like I've always want to give, and all I want to do is give love. And Jesus even said to love one another as a new commandment. and I'm trying to love one another. It's hard, living in this body with all this stuff that I've had to deal with in life with people and being portrayed and being used and abused. I want to fight in a way where I want to cuss. I want to fight in a way where I want to be verbal and violent type of thing. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not playing these games with y'all. I'm not sitting up here playing like I'm some innocent person. Y'all know that. But I know Jesus does not want me to be that, right? And because I'm supposed to walk into the light of what God, as saying he loved us so much that he gave. Even though I have a problem with that other part, my point is
What
he
other part?
gave his only begotten son. That part I am really struggling with, because I told you I've got some issues. Jesus and God and I working on some things. Point is,
well, let's go up. What's the problem? Friday, have you ever heard that? I don't know. I'm sorry, this is new to me. What you talking? What problem do you have? For real?
No, we're not.
No. What problem do you have? I want to know this. Come on, you just said it. I want to know, because I'm trying to figure out what problem you have.
It hurts my heart that God would want to give his son to die for our sins. I've said that before. I'm like, it bothers me. I do not understand that part. And I have to accept it, that his only one and first, he had to sacrifice. I have a problem with sacrifice. I feel like we are living in a world where it's all about sacrifice. We eat animals, we are sacrificing. We sacrifice everything, and we don't even realize it. And so I have a problem with sacrifice. I have a problem with our mentality of it, our verbalization of how we speak upon it. I am interpreting the Bible from when I was young, not understanding what I was told, asking questions and never being told the truth. And so I still have Jesus walking with me and showing me the way. And I feel like we're going to be walking into a day in life where we're going to have more understanding. Jesus is going to, Yeshua is going to give us understanding. We're going to have the Spirit of God come upon all. And so I know that that part is coming. So you got me off track with what I was going to say, but I want to say, for me, it was love. It's about love and loving my neighbor.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I just want to go back.
That's what it's for me. What is strengthening my relationship with Christ, because he loved me. He has brought me through so many things. I have so much to be grateful for. And I know that he's been with me. And I say that in a way because every time I prayed in my past for things that only he, within the inner, quiet place within me that I verbally never spoke to with nobody. That inner part has answered things, has done things for me that nobody I spoke of to anybody. And I can only give it to the Spirit of love, because never wanted to hinder me, never wanted to hurt me, but all I asked for was whatever it was. And I feel like it's all about talking to within the self, going to your closet, your private place to have that one and only time, and speaking not to anybody about it. That is the inner closet love of God. And that is the relationship. And if you can walk around and start telling everybody what you talk about, you're doing too much. Shut up. You got to learn how to shut up. It is all about the inner peace that comes with God that lets you just hold on to that peace and let the manifestations happen. And they will, but only if you believe. But if you run in your mouth, if you're doubting, if you're sitting up here playing these games, you're going to delay it. I mean, you're going to get it eventually, but you're delaying it. But for me, I feel like I've had it so good. I feel so grateful, so blessed. Even if you look at me and think I ain't all that, fine. I don't care. Point is, I feel blessed, and I will never doubt. I can never sit up here and even who was it? Who was the guy that went through all that? and he went through all that, lost all his we talk about him all the time.
Job.
Yes. You know, the times when people
I'm reading Job right now. I got something to say about that.
Oh yeah, I love that.
But go ahead.
Yeah, but going through things like that in life, because people go through stuff like that. We lose. We have to go through transitions where we are going through ups and downs, and the downs can be very down. I mean, you could say F God type, that's what you could do, but I will sit up here and trust in the Lord, right? We always say that, but do you know when you get to the point when you lost something that you're gonna say it? Are you really gonna say it? Because your feelings might get there. How you gonna feel about it? Because your feelings make you act different. And I have a respect for feelings, I'm gonna tell you, but I'm going to control them mofos too. All right, I'm done.
All right, that was a roller coaster.
I'm sorry.
It really was.
Sorry.
But when Rodney, go ahead, because I'm the whole mind.
No, I got something to say before that. I want to say that I did want to let Energy know that he did make my playlist, and I sent it to my wife too, because my wife, she's changing it now. It's not I can't remember the new name. But she does yoga and stuff like that, and like the song, what was it? I was just listening to it. Give me 1 second, I'm blanking now. The Holy Spirit, yeah. That joint right there would be perfect for what she does. And, but it's a nice little mix on here. Got a song on here, got the reggaeton kind of like, hanging in the bobbing out in the wilderness joint. Then man, even though that was a terrible accent, but mercy and all that. So it's definitely got some. I like the flow that's in here. So I already sent it to my wife because she's big and she plays music for her the people she work with all the time when she's doing it's yoga, but she's changing the name because she felt that God is convicted her to no longer call it yoga. Okay. So, I can't remember what she changed it to, but anyway, but she plays, definitely spirit, faith music like this, and she loves anything new like this. So yeah, she'll get down to this for sure. And me too. So, it definitely made me feel a little bit of the spirit as I was listening to it. So yeah, y'all check my man out. I like it. Chef Dennis been doing a good job with these artists, man. I'm telling you, ladies, because I ain't gonna lie. When he first started bringing artists on here, I was doubtful. I was like, yeah, he about to give us some garbage. But I know it's somebody else sending them to him. He ain't really finding y'all or anything like that.
Changing production.
Good shout out to Game
Change production.
Yeah. So
every person, every artist that I had that came on here, yes, came from Game Changer Production. It was
okay, yeah, because I knew it wasn't you. I know you not that talented,
but it's because I'm connected with Game Changer, and I talked to the CEO. And so she saw my work, and she know I'm real serious. I'm not doing it for fame or anything like that. It's strictly for God. And so these artists that came here, they're motivated to serve God, and they're doing a service to the people so they can come to Christ. And so that's the big collabo right there, doing a service for God. And so these artists that come, man, they doing a service and they doing great. They're awesome. Energy is on fire right now. He's turning up. I ain't gonna put all your business out there. I want people to go and see it. Energy. So they
already subscribe too.
Yeah, look, they're gonna see you here. But look, I seen you on the charts. So you got. Hey, speak about that. Talk about that. Come on, man. Let them know because you're moving up there quickly.
Somebody but God, brother. Nobody but him, man. That's all I got. It ain't me. I ain't got nothing to add to it. I can't take away from it. It's all him, man. Truth be told, if it wasn't for the people that was around me, just being there to be the voice of God or to be the mouthpiece of God, I wouldn't even have this music out. I was content.
Are you producing it? Are you producing too? Or
yeah, I'm producing.
So every song is produced by you as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, you got some talent, I must say, bro. Because I tell you, if it was trash, I would say it. I'd be waiting.
I appreciate that. It's needed.
I would say it.
Jesus.
So yeah, don't take it. Trust me, and I definitely wouldn't
Yeah,
send it
rough.
to my wife.
Rough
So
around the
you
edges.
know, I got that problem. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on that too. But
all
yeah,
right.
but nah, I want to let you know. Yeah, because I'm listening to it in the background. It's low, but I'm definitely listening to got it playing. But yeah, I don't know if was there a question. I was going to go on Lady T, but you know, I'm gonna leave that alone. We'll get back to that.
Yeah, I want to ask Energy something. So listen, talk about the dark place you was in, because we all have dark places we go in and we forget about God. Talk about that place when you was in that dark place that I know you probably was, and you was like, you know what, God, no, I don't want to hit nothing. Talk about that a little bit. Tell because we want people to understand that we wasn't always like this.
You know.
You know what I'm saying? So let's talk. And look, this ain't for to tell all your business, but give us a little brief detail about when you was in that dark place, and then you was like, you know what, this ain't for me. I want to serve God. Talk about that place right there.
Okay. Well, I was in relationships with an S. Those are multiple relationships, to be honest with you. A great
at the same time or one at a
time.
time?
At the same time.
Oh Lord Jesus!
Yeah,
Jesus.
at the same time.
God bless your soul.
Jesus.
At the same time,
All right.
I was in all of them were toxic, whether it was verbally, abusive verbally, some physically. I didn't lay hands on anyone, but
they bullied you.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that one.
Hey, look, listen. Hey,
I'd rather Chef Dennis, my man kind of young. You know, the statute of limitations haven't passed yet. He might not need to be saying about none of this stuff on it. You know what I'm saying? He might still got cases pending. You know what I'm saying?
That is wild. No. I'm clear.
You are from Jersey. You never know.
Yeah,
you are from Jersey, and all of a sudden he's down and stuck in Florida. You know how they do it. You know how the Jersey boys do. It got hot. I need to go to Miami for a while. But anyway, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Lay low a little bit.
Yeah.
Nah, man, not at all. But man, to be honest with you, that literally was the dynamics of where I was. That was like one of the darkest moments in my life. Like I had come to a place where I didn't care nothing about life. There was just like things going on in my life, man. It was a relationship that really like I crashed out. Like I just got to the place where I didn't care. I didn't care about myself. I didn't care about other people. I didn't care about too much of anything. And God, he knows how to stop you. You know, he knows how to put the brakes on it and be like, hey, listen, if we keep going down this road, like you ain't fitting to make it. So you can, in this moment, you can choose to do whichever you want, but I want you to know I'm coming to intervene to help you to, to come out of where you are. And that wasn't beautiful. It was a lot of things in my life that I had to tear up. There was a lot of things that he tore up. Man, I mean, I can go on and on and on, but I'm glad that he intervened when he did, because if he didn't, I wouldn't be here today. There wouldn't be the music that is, and more importantly, I think Rodney said it. God has met me in the pit too many times for me to act like I don't know he real and I don't know he exists. And I wholeheartedly like to believe that whenever God comes to get us out of those dark moments, it's to prove it's not only to come and get us because he loves us, but it's also to prove to other people that may be in the same pit that we're in that he's able to come get you. That even if you hit rock bottom, like there's no low that exists that he can't come pick you up from. And um I mean, we can talk Bible verses all day long, but the thing that helps to prove whether God is real is the lives that we live.
Yeah.
And that's not my success stories. It's in my ugly moments. Like I got some lows, bro, that I cringe when I think about them.
Mhm.
I mean, I cringe, like I stop and be like, hold on, wait, like I don't even know who that is. But once again, I it's like you said, it's not to my shame and it's not to our shame. Ultimately, it's a testimony of God's love toward us, and it's also his advertisement to those that he loved that don't know that he loves them, that you're not too far, like you're not too hurt, that whatever abuse you've gone through, whether it was physical, verbal, romantic, in family, out of family, it don't matter. There's nothing that you've gone through in life that God can't meet you right where you are and pick you up and turn your life around. Um, and he's not afraid to take it step by step.
Mhm.
He's not afraid when he take you by the hand and you start walking, and then you glance back and you run back. He's that one that reached back like, hey, come on now, let's go. I mean, like, man, it all encompasses his love, but like the dark time that has stuck out to me, man, is that when I heard and I've told people that God loved them, but I didn't believe it myself, and because I didn't believe it, I took everything that looked like counterfeits. I took everything that said that it loved me. I took the friendships, I took the relationships, I took other people relationships. I was everything was up for grabs, and it wasn't until God was like, okay, how long we gonna keep talking about how much I love you? Like when are you going to embrace it? Like boy, I love you. Like I'm hearing this thing with you. I'm hearing your depression with you. I'm here in you wanting to off and unalive yourself. Like I'm here through it all. Like like man, like when I tell you he walked me through that, he slow walked me through that thing like he has. He still does. And I'm grateful for it, man. I am who I am because of it.
That's wonderful, man.
Absolutely. Like you said, I just want to throw this out there. You know, the guy said yesterday, I put it as my Facebook post. I want my life to be the best version of the Bible for people to read.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that just really hit me, like, because that's really what I want. I want, you know what I'm saying, that I can be a living example of what God can do. You know, and it does make a difference because people saw you at your lowest. You know what I'm saying? People saw you at your lowest, and then they see you now, and they're like, "Well, what happened?" And you're like, "God," and then they're like, "What?" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, it's definitely something that I definitely agree with what you said. And it's amazing. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing that because when you're in your lowest and you're there and God comes and pulls you out of it, it's something that you just didn't even think was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you know, I grew up in the church too, and I always knew of God. But and there was examples that I talk about all the time, but it was still something different when God, you know, when he's you know, you're at your lowest and he's right there beside you.
Yes,
So,
sir.
Energy.
Yes, sir.
Listen, to describe your character,
Hmm.
use a story that was in the Bible that resonate with you and it touches you every time you think about it. There's whether it be a character, whether it be a storyline, whether it be you know, would you like to? No, I mean, no, I can.
No, I got you.
You feel what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like I'll give you an example. Like for me, so you can understand where I'm coming from. For me, it's the woman that touched the hem of Jesus' garment. That right there, it just when I talk about that, and look, see how I'm serious because guess what? Just to touch the hem of his garment to be made whole. Because she already knew that she was ill, and man, that right there. Listen. He said, "I felt it come out of me. The glory that's in him came out. He felt it, and so just to be in relationship with him, truly in relationship with him, it gives me great joy when I see other people come to Christ and I see they were broken and they come to Christ. Man, it brings tears to my eyes because that's the joy that God has for us when we give him glory. And I ain't go. So I'm gonna let you go ahead, man, because I'm trying to tell you, man, this is exciting to me. I'm serious.
I don't know if I can necessarily wrap it up into a story, but I'll pick a character. It'll have to be David for me.
Okay, all right. I like
David.
David.
David, because David grew up in a big family, but was outcast. And out of all the people to pick, God, he picked the one who appeared to be the least qualified. The one that smelled like sheep, the one that was busy tending to his father's sheep. Took him, cleaned him up, gave him a name. And not only that, but just the life of David. Like David had a lot of ups and downs when it came to him in God's relationship. He did things that pleased God, and then he did some things that didn't please God. But more than anything, I would have to say David, because of David's heart toward God. That David, even when God had to come along and remind him, like, listen, don't get too big for your britches. Like, I don't care nothing about you being the king. Like, when I found you, you was out there with them sheep. And I mean, even with to speak to something that you made mention of, like, okay, songs are on the charts and people are starting to know, but that's one of the lines that God he whispers to me. He's like, man, it don't matter how many people like what you got. It don't matter how many people see you. Like, don't forget where I found you. Like, I don't care nothing about your success. Don't forget, it's not about the fame. It's not about the fortune. It's about the fact that I have put you in place for you to carry out my plan and my wills. And don't ever get it twisted. Don't ever get so big in your mind that you become a Saul. Like so when I say it's David, like, bro, it's.
Don't forget, David was a musician. And he seemed to like toxic relationships too.
I see you, bro.
Points, Rodney.
Hey, I see you, bro.
Yeah, yo.
I see you.
So,
I see you. I see this.
Yeah,
Look, man. I see you. Like, if nobody don't understand, I see you. I see you. This is what I like about this. This is why, because I can be myself. I don't have to put on no fake, no facade for nobody. I see you. Like, this is who I get. I get hyped because I love serving God, but I love having these conversations.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And people being real with themselves and just being authentic and not something that somebody say, oh, you know what? Well, I did this. Nah. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yes,
Rodney, where you at, baby?
Oh, what's up? You want me to pick a Bible character?
No, what resonate with you? Like, huh?
Oh, we did this one already.
What resonate with you?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
You do. Lady T already said she like Daniel. I remember that.
Thank you. I know you remember.
I remember that. Daniel. Lady T don't need to get into her character. Yeah, she might. She mess around and push us all in the furnace.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
hey, look, Rodney, when she get
Oh, the
mad,
Lions then. Sorry. Which was it Daniel? It wasn't Shadrach,
like,
Meshach, and
get on my
Abednego. My
nerves.
bad. It was
Y'all in
Daniel.
there?
Yeah. She put all of us in the lines. Then you know, last time she was talking about putting a gun in her Bible and everything. So you gotta be careful with Lady T. Yeah, she was like, yeah, when I go to Psalms, it's gonna be a different thing ringing. You're gonna be singing a different song. They're gonna be singing for you when I go to Psalms in my Bible. That's what
Rodney
she
is
said.
a comedian, okay?
Oh,
You gotta remember that.
Hey,
Rodney is a comedian,
you
y'all.
know I love it, man. I don't know.
But
you know, for me, I guess it'd be Peter because you know I run for the smoke. I'm all about I could have been, I would have been loyal to the death, but would I have what you call it 3 times? I don't know. I don't think I got that in me, bro. I would have been in that joint cutting everybody ear off. He would have been healing the whole time. Like, hold on. I would have stopped with one. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't really got a character that I feel like I can understand energy in David, and I already know Lady T in the Lions Den, but me myself, I really don't have a person for that question. So, I'm me. Yeah. There's a reason why he ain't choose me. I would have been setting it all off. Judas wouldn't have made it out that room. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't have made it. I would have been asking too many questions. Who gonna do it? When? It's about to happen tonight? Oh, hold up. We gotta have a real conversation here. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I would have been. So that's all I got on that one, bro.
All right, energy. Now, you was listening to Lady T. I was waiting to go back to that. But what would you say to that? She says she has a problem with the sacrifice of Jesus Christ. How would you, dive into that? What would you say to that?
Me?
Yeah.
How would I dive into that?
Don't forget what I said.
I would say I started into it. I would say first I'm thankful I ain't got to go out and really slaughter an actual lamb. So I say thanks to that. Second, and then but the other thing about it is it in Lady T and I'm just lady, I'd never like to go against you. But I'm just gonna say this: it is what you actually said is the reason why he did it, and that was love.
I know,
you know what I'm saying?
Hard. That's so hard. It's so hard to know that you are giving your child to die. And so, look, this is what I'm talking about. Jesus spoke of, what was it? In the prophets, Old Testaments, they spoke of God wanting obedience instead of sacrifice, right? And that was the prophecy. The prophets always spoke of that. He did not want it. So for me to know that a God would take his only JC Jerome, I see you begotten. I'm going to look up the word like you said, but his only begotten son to die for our sins, that is very hard for me to grasp. It is something that I don't feel in my heart feels truthful. It feels foreign. I'm being very honest because it's very difficult that a God who is so loving would do such a thing. So I don't understand it. And a lot of people don't understand it like me. And I feel like, I'm having to listen to all the people around me who are saying the same thing. Well, you got to understand this and you got to understand that and this and that. And it's not truthful to my soul. So look, I'm gonna respect y'all and what you say, but until the Holy Spirit speaks to me inside me and I change and I understand, then I'm gonna keep it the way it is because I don't understand it.
Sometimes, and here's what I'm gonna say to you, Lady T. Sometimes the why is unnecessary. And this is one thing that I've actually started. This is why I started reading Job. This is why I started doing the thing, because the thing about it is a lot of times is us as Christians and people that follow God, we get too wrapped up in the why. The thing is that in Job, God says to him, were you here when I created all this? Were you here when I named every star? Were you here when I did these things? And the reason why I took that he's saying that is because even if he explained it to us, we still wouldn't understand. You know what I'm saying? Because his knowledge and his presence is just too great. So even if I told you, you still wouldn't get it. You know what I'm saying? So why are you so concerned about it? Because it really doesn't matter. Because if you understand, first of all, we weren't back there. And this is what I still took it. Like I said, I've been reading heavy about the Bible, but there was different times, there was different purposes, there was different reasons. You know what I'm saying? And for each time that he created and destroyed humanity, he did it for a different, because something was happening that was just too out of control. A lot Noah, they say it's because the angels were with then even Sodom and Gomorrah, they said when the angels came there, he sent messengers and they didn't even care. That they tried to still bang the messengers. And then the dumb Lot tried to offer his daughters. You know what I'm saying? If you think about that time, think about if you were in a world where if an angel came walking down the street, that these people would try to bang it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to just imagine how crazy that was at the time. And each time there's something, and each time there's a reason why. There was a reason why. There was so many. One thing that makes me think that God had to do it was because, and this is just my opinion, read for yourself. The Pharisees were in so much control that at that time, if you wanted to be forgiven, you had to get through them, tell then they go and present it in the veil or whatever the case may be into God or whatever the case may be, and then that's how you got forgiven. Like, that wasn't working. The Pharisees were running amok. They were controlling everything. Religion was being used to control at that time. So he had to make a different way, or else none of us would make it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I believe, that each time there was something going so crazy in the world at the time that he had to change the way, because otherwise no one would make it if he kept on letting it go the way that it was. And that is just my true opinion on that. So that's why he had to make a living sacrifice. And now that is the way that you get to him, opposed to the veil, opposed to the lamb, opposed to every other time that it's been changed. And that's just my opinion on it.
I understand. I've heard that said many different ways. Thank you, Jason Jerome, for what you said, because that does not, it still don't answer. It don't justify. So that's why I'm like, everything everybody say, you can say everything you need to say over and over. We were told a story is what I think. I think we were told a story to believe, and it was imprinted in us so strong that we believe it. And I will not, because I cannot. You know, I've been so young when my parents, my family know me, and I'm not going to deny who I am. So trying to convince me of these things won't matter. I'm going to listen. I'm going to respect.
Good energy.
I have a question. When you say we were told stories, what does that mean? You mean like stories in the Bible, or are you saying that the Bible is stories that we can't trust? I don't.
No. Everything is life. Everything in life is a verbal story that is being told, and how you interpret it in your mind. So how I interpret whatever it is, the story that I'm told in the scriptures is not the same to others. And so how you see, those who have ears to hear, let them hear. How you hear and how you interpret it out your mouth and the story you tell about it is what matters. And many people do the same story, and they say it over and over and over and over, and they believe it, and they believe it. But something inside of me does not allow me to believe everything I hear. It does not resonate with me. Something inside of me says something different. If y'all want to call it the devil, fine, I don't care. But I know it has protected me and guided me, and I've shown only but love and mercy. I've tried. Don't get me wrong. Don't cross me, because I am human. So my point is that I understand what it is, and I'm going to be honest. Like, I don't think everything what everybody says. I don't understand how we can. Now, I would love to sit with theologians and listen to them debate, have a conversation about it, let them talk about it. I love listening to those because they have the education and the research to know from history how we came to where we are, how we believe what we believe. Ronnie, you mentioned the Pharisees. Pharisees had a lot to do in Jesus' time about the whole sacrificial lambs, So that's why I'm like, I have no problem listening. I will listen, and I will respect until I hear truth within me. That is the only way God's going to take me to the next level of understanding, because I'm stuck where I am and my understanding might not be what y'all understand it as. And I respect y'all. Okay. But don't put me down. Don't put me down, because I don't want to be put down just because I might not understand what you see and I don't agree with what you look at it as.
She's talking to you, Chef Dennis, just in case you were.
Lady T,
just in case.
Have you ever sacrificed for your children?
I have done the responsibility, and it's so hard for me to say sacrifice. Look at it like this. Let me just finish this point.
Oh, I sacrifice.
I'm going to say it like this. I don't say sacrifice. I say I am responsible for what I bring into this world, and I take pride. I take honor in it. And so I don't feel like it is a sacrifice. I feel like it is a privilege to honor God with love. When I was pregnant with my daughters, I loved them and talked to them. I read to them. I did things that made me feel like I am doing a loving act to my children in my belly. And then as they grew, I tried my best. I didn't have a lot of guidance, but I was a young mom. And I tried to understand how to love my children the best that I could. So sacrifice was not in my mind. What I looked at it as responsibility and love, because they came in this world. They didn't ask for it. They didn't know what they were doing. So I'm here for them. And that was love to me. Didn't feel like sacrifice, but you could look at it as sacrifice. Okay. You could say, you could. But again, the way I speak my story is very different.
Okay. Guys, so she said, so in other words, you didn't make any sacrifices?
Look, of course,
I'm just asking you.
I've done a lot of things that I could not do as a mom because I was responsible. How about that? You want me to use sacrifice? I'm not going to sit up here and say it.
Yeah, but okay.
Your children apparently didn't have my children's head, because that was a sacrifice getting them out of it. I'm just saying. You ask my wife, she gonna say she sacrificed.
But so, Lady T, when you had your children, did you walk into the job that you wanted? Or you said, you know what, I have to take care of my children before I reach my highest point in my career? That's a sacrifice, lady.
I was a young mom and I had to learn the workforce. I went in as immature and unsure how I was going to be. So I learned. It was not sacrifice. It was getting into the workforce and knowing what I was going to do, figuring out where I was going to work, do a good job at it. That's what most people do when you're young. You go into the job, try and figure it out, do the best so you can keep your job and you can pay your bills, right? And I started to learn what I did not want and what I did want along the way. And so then I pursued that. But my point is, it didn't feel like sacrifice because I was right there taking care of my children, my daughters, just like their father was. We were partners in it. And both of us kept each other accountable to it.
Yeah. Well, I will say this about sacrifice. The hot word is sacrifice tonight. I think you make a really good point when you say that it didn't feel like sacrifice. because you love them. And the definition of sacrifice stems from love. Is when you're willing to take from yourself to ensure that someone has what is necessary and they have what they need. It's a part of sacrifice, good, bad, when it's convenient, when it's not convenient. It all falls in line with sacrifice. And one of the ways that, at least to God, you know that it's a sacrifice is when it doesn't feel like it's one. Even and I want to make that very defined. Um Jesus, what he experienced, yeah, there was no not knowing that was a sacrifice. He felt all of that. But I think when you take the time to look in the Bible and look at all of the other parts of the conclusion, or all the other parts of what he went through, like there's a passage in the Old Testament that says that he kept his face he kept his face on us. It said, for the joy that was set before him, the cross, that was his joy. It was joyous because it was the thing that he knew would get us. It was the thing he knew that would draw. It was the thing that would make it possible for us to have access to God, to get to God, to have relationship with him. It opened up the door. So I I'm saying all of that to say this, that though I'm not sure why. I don't know if it's a thing with the word sacrifice, or what sacrifice has been defined to you as or by, or what it means to you personally. But when you deal with sacrifice in like the definition that God has left on record for us in his word, it's defined in what you just described, which is when it came to my babies, I did what I had to do, and it didn't feel like sacrifice because I loved them. And because you love them, I'm pretty sure you would be willing to do it over and over and over again. But that what you just explained, that is the definition of sacrifice. There's no sacrifice without love. And I know it was a brutal thing that Jesus went through to win us. But the Bible calls it the wisdom of God. In
Mm.
when we take the time, because I know you said God himself, he gonna have to come and show it to you. And I one of the ways we know it's God talking to us when he come.
Mhm.
One of the ways we know that it's him is that you'll be able to find it in his word. But the wisdom that God had regarding his love toward us, Jesus felt how the Father felt, and he was adamant about making sure that we understood it. And maybe, just maybe, the sacrifice wouldn't have been seen if there wasn't something that didn't take place to set what he did apart from everything that everybody else calls love.
And, and I just want
And
somebody put a comment. It says sacrifice is literally giving up something for someone or something. The value in that is love. Mm.
but am I tripping? Because to be honest with you, he didn't really sacrifice anything, because Jesus is still here. He's still there. You know what I'm saying? It was like he sent them down here, and he sacrificed them to send them down here to be the living sacrifice on earth. But in reality, it ain't like he gone.
But
He like,
isn't
But
there isn't
hold
there
on,
a
hold on.
scripture that
Let me
says something
correct
about the
something though. I
greatest
want to
love?
correct something.
Wait, let me say something, y'all. Let me say
Yes,
something.
man.
There is a scripture that says the greatest love is when you lay down your life or something like that, right?
Yeah,
For your
yeah,
brother or something like that.
yeah,
And
Matthew
when you
5.
were talking about that energy, that's what came to my mind. And I believe Jesus spoke those words.
Mhm.
And that's what clicked when you were talking, because that is what he said. And I was thinking to myself, okay, I understand it in a way, because there are some, and also myself, who will fight for, looking to save a person, right?
Mhm.
Save your family member, right? Save a
That's
loved
right.
one. And so I understand it that way. But Get me back, okay?
Mhm.
I feel like something is wrong with that. Okay. That is all I'm saying, y'all. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. Love does not fear no evil.
That's right.
So how can it be that Jesus had to die? So I love fears no evil. So yet you're going to say Jesus went and did what he did. I'm having some problems with it. Let me
But he
be.
didn't really die. Am I
Let
the only
me,
person that thinking that?
just let me be, y'all.
Well,
Let me be.
Hold on.
Man,
I want to say this. I want to say this though.
I
Lady
mean, he
T.
came back 3 days later. Hey, look, if you're gonna tell me 3 days later I'll be running back through the field, then call me sacrifice if you want to. But I mean, was it really a sacrifice? Like, what are we talking about here? In my opinion, I love it. I understand, Lady T.
Oh, bro.
But I mean,
So
No.
Hey, bro, if I'm a god and I go, all right, I'm gonna come down here, yeah, I'm gonna have to go through all this stuff, and then I'm gonna die, but I'm coming back in 3 days. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like, it's just part of the job, you know?
I get you, Rodney. I do.
I'm
first of
just
all,
saying, but we making it sound like he sacrificed us because we're idiots. You know what I'm saying? Because we're down here and we're dumb, and he has to sacrifice himself so that we have a clear route to get to him. You know what I'm saying?
A body thing. It is a body thing. We had to see a body die. And then his resurrection, the truth of we have eternal life truly comes when we understand the body has nothing to do with our true divine spirit. So I understand you when you say that. So thank you for that. But yeah, it's a body thing. We have to see death in the body. How about that one? I'll give that to it because we all will die. So we had to see Jesus become sacrificed. The sacrificial lamb. It was
for us.
It was for us. I know. I'm gonna wrap my mind around it. I'm gonna be able to communicate it a little bit better. I'm having some trouble.
You asked the person that the way it sounds to me is like you want the person that died to clarify why he died, but he's still here. So it's like, like the kids say 6'7". It's like, nah.
So what I wanted to say was this: is that Lady T, but that's you would talk about his sacrifice, right? But that's why God says in his word that he's going to reign on the just and the unjust. So that his living sacrifice, because he died on the cross, but guess what? There are people that's not even living, but God gives grace and mercy to them. Jesus is the reason why we get grace and mercy because of his death, because of it. But guess what? You got to remember, he had already knew some of the disciples that were going to turn away for his sacrifice. Look at Peter. Look at Judas Iscariot. He already knew that, but he still went forward and did that so that we can have grace and mercy, so that we can still live a life. But then once we get to understand what that sacrifice was, then we want to live holy and righteous. It's a hard thing for some, it's a hard pill to swallow. Just think about the Jews. They don't believe that Jesus Christ came, and his death and his resurrection was a purpose, because guess what? We did not live in that time, but the people who lived in that time saw the miracle and they understood it was true that he died and rose again. And so how do we have truth of that? And that's why we have the Bible, and it shows that. But guess what?
When it was written in more books than the Bible, too.
Of course, yes. But at the end of the day, God says his word is never going to come back void. So as you grow in your relationship, you understand it more. And that's what, guess what? He's not after anything about the flesh. He's after the heart. That's what the connection is. It's the heart. And so when you grow closer to that and understand that, then there is nothing that anybody can say to tear you away from that. And so as you grow closer to that and understand it, and so we're not saying that you don't understand it. You're going to come in your own understanding in your time. But know this, that his sacrifice was for the world, not just for me and you, but for the world. And so guess what? there are things that I should have been punished for. He says, no, I died on the cross for that. And so that's why I strive to live holy and righteous. And that goes for anybody that's striving to live holy and righteous. You got to know that I don't do things because Christ died on the cross. I say, oh, he died on the cross for me, so I'm going to keep doing it. No, that's not the purpose of that. It's because he has given me grace and mercy, because he has sacrificed his life. So I choose to live a certain way, the way he want me to live. That's holy and righteous. And I'm not perfect. I strive to be perfect, but I can't be. But I strive to do that. And so that was the sacrifice that he did for me. If he never did that, guess what? We would have paid for everything we did wrong that wasn't good in God's sight. We paid for it. But God says, no, I give you my son. But guess what? God didn't give his son. Jesus came down and said, I'll be the living sacrifice. You got to remember, the Old Testament, there were sacrifices up to God. So Jesus came down and says, no, I'll be the sacrifice. You talk about the blood all the time. Of course, he already knew that.
He knew his purpose. That was why he came, though.
To sacrifice for all of us, for mankind.
But that was what God put on him, though.
We battle with the flesh.
Yeah, but that his purpose was for him to do exactly what he did, and God knew that. That was what I'm trying to say. It's not something that was new to God. It was not something that God didn't know was going to happen. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, well, this is life. This is how we learn. We talk it out. We have these great conversations, and
we do definitely.
Absolutely,
we'll change along the way.
Of course, absolutely. And
things will be revealed.
I'm also a father.
Hey, bro, let me tell you something, Lady T. Let me tell you something, Lady T. I'm questioning everything. I'm questioning everything I was told as a child, because I feel like they lied to me about a lot of things in the Bible, and now I read it now. I'm like, hold up. Y'all made it seem like everything was like Noah. Like they bypassed like everything in Noah. It made it seem like it was all rainbows and what you call it, and you find out it was hell on earth down there. And he got rid of everybody, and then it just made it seem like and it was God destroying the earth, and it's the most told story that we get told as children. Like, it was great. He murdered everybody. It was nobody. Nobody but these 4 people. You know what I'm saying? And you think that's a good children's story? I don't.
Yeah, that's a good children's story. Yeah, I do. All the corrupt that was going on in the world. Look at the world now. People do some grimy stuff.
What are you talking about?
If they ain't living right, they're gonna have penalty.
It was global. And here's the worst part. He killed the animals too. It wasn't even like he did the humans. It was animals too, bro. Like, he didn't care about none of that. None of that.
Man, listen. I agree.
That is not a child story. You know what I'm saying? Nah. They forget it took them 100 years. They make it seem like it was just one day. You know what I'm saying? Like, one day he woke up and was like, you know what? I'm gonna build a 300 yard ark today. And all the animals just popped in there and they just sailed away on a cruise ship like it was Gilligan's Island. That's how I was told the story.
What you mean? Man,
that's how I was told the story in church.
But it really was. It really was.
It was like that, bro. You like it's
books. It was
talking. It was not like Gilligan's Island, bro. They weren't singing it with coconut bones on the John chilling. It was not cool.
No, man, they wasn't doing all that. I'm talking about 2 animals, all the creeping, all that stuff. It went on a boat. Yeah, it went on a. That's it. By 2.
Yeah, but you're talking about a mass killing, bro. You're not talking about, like, they make it seem like it was just, like Dr. Seuss.
Well, I will say this. I think it's a couple things that encompasses just this entire conversation. I think, for one, we have to keep in mind a few things that God has said that we can find in his word, because that's the point of reference. One being that he's God, and he knows the end from the beginning. He's the only one that knows the end from the beginning. And the reason why he has done things that he has done, or even has allowed things to play out the way that he has, ultimately it all fits inside of his wisdom. Even now, the part that I'm with you on, Rodney, is that we were definitely told stories and we weren't given all the details. And
No.
because we weren't given all the details, when you get older, that creates discrepancy.
Yeah, that's when you start questioning everything.
You start.
Yeah.
However, I think there's some takeaways that we have to put in place. Because if we don't, then you run the risk of going in the opposite direction on the opposite extreme end of the spectrum,
Yeah.
and that ain't it either. The thing that I think we have to keep in mind is that when it comes to God and when it comes to the Word of God, when it comes to even understanding Him and understanding Christ, He left us a great example when Jesus asked His disciples, "Say, who do men say that I am?" And then one of them clearly said, "You're the Son of God." Key part, Jesus says, "Flesh and blood has not revealed this to you, but my Father which is in heaven, He did the revealing." So one, we need God to reveal. Without God revealing, we all got our own private interpretation. And to help wrap that up, like Lady T said, that ain't it, because He's already said to us it's illegal for us to have our private interpretations. So we keep from having private interpretations when we stay inside of what God has said, and when we let God reveal to us what His heart and His mind is. Now, how do we know it's God that's talking to us? Because He's never talking outside of His word. He's never talking outside of what He has been to us in His 66 books. You'll be able to find it, as He said in His word, here a little, there a little, line upon line, precept upon precept, principle upon principle. You'll see the same lines over and over and over and over and over again. That's why you find Jesus saying things that were said back in the days of Isaiah, back in the days of Jeremiah, because Jesus was coming to fulfill what the prophets declared, or what the Father used the prophets to declare. So when we allow God to reveal His heart and His mind to us, it helps to fill in all of the parts that we're missing. So, like, for example, what you made reference to, like, hey, it looked like God just like went off on the tangent one day. It was like, yeah, I'm killing everything and everybody. Y'all get on this boat because I'm over it. But when you take the time to consider that God, He's not just King, He's not just Lord, He's not just forgiving, He's not just loving, He's not just a judge, He's a creator. And when you're the creator, you have bragging rights that your creation, they can't do nothing with. Like He said to Job, "Where were you when I hung the stars in the sky? Where were
and
you?"
Named each one, every one of them.
Yeah. So I mean, He's God, and He got some ways, like He said in His word, that's past finding out. But it's not His heart that we remain ignorant to His ways. So how do we rectify it? We open our hearts and ask Him to reveal Himself to us. Reveal, like, I want to know. I don't get it. I don't understand this. I don't even like how this played out. So I need you to run me this, because I need to understand it. And it's His heart. It's His heart that you know that He be understood. God isn't just random. He's not off having a temper tantrum every now and then. He's not any of those things, man. But we come to get to know Him when we take the time to ask Him to reveal Himself to us. Maybe He wiped everything out because everything stopped being perfectly what He made it to be. Maybe he wanted to start all over again, because when He looked at everything that was made and saw how far it came from what He envisioned in His mind, it's like, I can't completely wipe everything out, so maybe I'll just start again. And those that prefer me, those that prefer my way, those that prefer to see things mapped out the way that I envision, maybe I'll let those be the ones that go on to the restart all over again. You know, it's those nooks and cranny that were left out for me. that had me hot once he finally revealed them. But I believe it starts with us starting off with, like, you have to reveal yourself to me. I don't know you. I don't understand. That's how I got the song Know You. Like, you telling me I'm doing the stuff you say to do, but you still don't know me. I'm not walking with you like how I'm supposed to. So I need you to reveal yourself to me. Talk to me. What's up? Like, I need to know your heart and your mind. Like, put all of this to bed. Put the controversy to bed. And I mean, he's faithful to do it. You know, that's my
surrender.
Nah, that was beautiful energy.
Yeah, it was. And thank you, Eric James, for being in the comments and seeing. I just had to
he'll be in your DMs later. We already
know. He won't. But thank you, Eric James. I appreciate it. But you know what? You're right. You're definitely right. But I also feel like the Holy Spirit will come upon all people on the earth, and truth will be revealed. That is what Jesus says is going to happen. And that's what I believe. There's going to be a change in people, and we will all have a different understanding. Truth will be revealed. I said this is a time of disclosure years ago, and I've been saying it ever since, because we are finding out truth, and lies and deceit are being revealed. And that has a lot to do with religion. I'm sorry, y'all. You have to accept the fact that religion and our Christianity walk is not perfect. So we have to accept the fact that there's going to be flaws in it. And I'm going to say, hey, don't be mad about it. Accept it and say, I'm sorry. Okay? It's coming. I've already said it. I've said it several times. Energy, we just meeting each other for the first time. I'm just telling you who I am. I've been doing this a long time. Baby.
Watch out.
I've been doing this a long time.
I told you she carry a Glock in her Bible. You gotta be careful. Yeah.
It's coming.
But at the end of the day, there is a deceiver, a distraction that has most people's minds in prison, their minds. They don't want to believe it.
Yeah,
they have to see it to believe it. And so that's the most important part of it. And sometimes it's hard for people to understand that and grasp it because they can't see it. And so just like there's a lot of people that don't believe in Jesus because they have never seen him. And so that's what we talking about. It's what is strengthening your relationship with Christ. What is it? What we talked about it earlier, but that's the message for the people. Like, what is building you up? What is sustaining you? How do you get your knowledge? Where do you get your wisdom from? You got to study. That's why God said his word, study to show thyself approved. Don't do it on your own understanding, because it's not going to happen. You can't look at the Bible carnally. You got to look at it spiritually. And that's the biggest thing. People look at the Bible and read it from the carnal mind, not the spiritual. So you can't be connected to something that you don't understand. So spiritually, you have to be connected with the Father through the Son. And so guess what? You can't come to your own understanding naturally. You got to understand it spiritually. So that's the connection to understanding the word of God, truly being connected with the Father, not because I say it. That's how you get the understanding of the word of God. That's the relationship. That's the understanding, because we do things and we make a mess of it. And so that's what we cannot do. We cannot look at it from a carnal perspective. We have to look at it spiritual and receive it spiritually. That's where we get our understanding. That's where we get the knowledge from and the wisdom. Not from, you know what? It says this. It says A, B, C. Okay. And now that's what I interpreted, because your interpretation cannot come from your own mind. It has to come from the Spirit. Hold on.
Bible. I can't argue that.
Yeah, they really in the comments today.
I know. Look, religion is man-made, by Christian is faith-based. We know. We all know that. religion.
I agree with, but to go back to what Lady T says, I agree with what she says. But the whole thing to me is everything goes together. You got to have that relationship with God when you read the Bible. You got to have a relationship with God when you go to church. You got to have a relationship with God when you listen to your pastor, because anything can be used. Anything that is a tool can be used for both good and bad. Right. So we always have to realize. I talk to my wife about it all the time as we read books, and not just the Bible, but any religion book or anything that you read, you got to take it to God. When you read something that you don't understand or you need clarity, you got to take it to God, and He will clarify, like Energy said. You know what I'm saying? It is part of it all. You know, and you fine tune that voice with God, because you know that anything that God's telling you is going to line up with what you read. You know what I'm saying? When things don't start lining up, then sometimes you got to look at it, is that God that's telling you that? Because the biggest thing, like I said, the biggest thing that I'm staying focused on now is that God said to me that the devil doesn't have to convince people that I don't exist. All he has to do is distract them. And then he asked me, am I being distracted? And I was like, whoa, okay. You know what I'm saying? Okay. All right. You know, I got to take that into consideration. Am I being distracted? Is the things that I'm being distracted by that take my eyes off of God to His glory? And that's the biggest thing that that's my word of advice now to people, is that don't let things distract you. You know what I'm saying? It will take take them to God and He will answer you. But it's not something to be stuck on. He's still the God Almighty. He's still the one and only. He's still the one that got you out of whatever He got you out of. He's still the one that was there for you when nobody else was there. He's still the one that was, all these things that we all know that He is. So therefore, don't be distracted by all these, pastors on TV, or the fact that, you're in church and Sister Thelma got on a hat too big that she shouldn't be wearing at the time. Don't be distracted by the fact that, one of the deacons is cheating on somebody somewhere else and this, that, and the other, because a lot of times we go to church and we get distracted. And that's all that the devil has to do, is distract us. He don't have to convince us that he does not exist. So that's just something I feel.
No doubt. Lady T, just like Lady T said about me, she's growing. She's coming. She's coming a long way.
Yeah, see, is that judgment talk right there? We gotta work on that, bro.
Because I said she's growing. On that. That's a compliment. I don't know what you say. Man. I don't care what you say. You don't know nothing. Hush your mouth.
Nah, it's that exact thing that you do when you do that is very condescending and annoying. Because you don't understand.
You gotta say nothing.
Hey, look, you know what it is? I think it is just that you don't know how to get a compliment, and you gotta look at it.
Lord have mercy.
That's what I think it is. That's what
I'm glad I won't be distracted by that. I'm just gonna keep it moving. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm just trying to bring it to your attention. It is very condescending.
I said she's growing, just like she did. I say that yesterday when you said, "Oh, he's growing."
One day you'll get here to where I am. Look at me. You know what I'm saying? One day you'll get here. Like, yo, you don't know what Lady T's what she's dealing with, or what God is enlightening her to right now. Because the good news is, bruh, the good news is you not in my relationship. Me and God, me and my God have a very monogamous relationship. He don't go telling you about what I'm doing. He don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, our relationship is between us.
Thank you, my family.
When I talk to him, I don't bring up Chef Dennis. And when he leaves, he don't go tell Chef Dennis what I'm doing. So there you go. So you can't tell me about my relationship.
Oh, you know what?
Lady T, I love you. I love you. I appreciate you. I really do. Hey, I'm rooting for you, sis.
Thank you.
Rooting for you, man.
Hey, it is G. He talking all that talk. Listen, He talking all that talk, man. I'll tell you what.
I'm talking nothing. I'm telling the truth.
Did you, do I gotta go? Do I gotta go back to the comment? You see what the comment says, man? I got a team too. I got a team T.
You always got Dr. Toya on your side. Dr.
Team,
Toya, please.
Yes,
we know you.
It's not
you always gonna be
I
on
think it was
that
a
side.
Thank you, Lay. Dr. T.
Okay.
Yeah, let me get. That's my teammate.
Okay.
Yeah, what?
Shona, thank you, Shona. I'm glad you see what your vision saw. I see you, girl.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, see what she say? He said, "Lay T." Oh,
work in progress. That's right.
I know. AT work in progress. That's right. That's right, man.
We all work in progress, sir.
Yes, we
all of us.
That's
all
of
us.
We all.
Yes.
All of us.
I want to hear. I like it when you put yourself in the same category as us, not put yourself outside of the category. Yes, we are all.
I'm directing it to the individual. So guess what? It's direct. I didn't say you. I didn't say energy.
As you get a better relationship with God, you're going to get to the level that I am, where we're going to be this, that, and the other. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, nah, man.
Thank you.
As you know, as you grow in what you call it, you will then be able to see the truth of God, like you telling some real wisdom.
Dr. Toya, he don't understand that yet. He don't.
Dr. Toya, it's his delivery, Dr. Toya. I just don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Like Lady T don't like sacrifice. I don't like his delivery.
I know you don't.
You know
truth.
Truth. That's why. I don't like it.
You don't like truth.
I don't like it.
Well, energy, I'm gonna check you out for sure. I'm gonna listen to your music. So please tell us. I want to know everything where we can find.
You can find me on all platforms at IM_energy. That is ENERG II.
I am energy. Look
what's
at you.
What's your favorite song? Come on, I know you got a favorite song.
That's like asking what's his favorite child.
No, I'm talking
his songs. You mean
his songs? I'm talking about his
songs. That's what I'm saying. That's like asking what's his favorite child.
Hold on.
All right, go ahead.
There's one I know
that
resonate with him. Every time he's singing, it's just like,
nah, man. They all come from different points in my life. So I mean, I can't give you a direct one on that one.
Told you so.
See that?
Lord. But check him out. I've been listening to him all the show in the background, you know, and it's definitely good stuff for real. All right, send something to my wife. I'm about to go upstairs and talk to her about it now.
Greatly appreciate you guys.
Yes, there we go. Thank you, Dr. T. See, I knew Lady Dr. Toya would. Yeah. His delivery can be a little harsh at times. Absolutely.
So hold up. Oh my! You know what? I'm not even gonna go there. I'm gonna be quiet. Be humble.
Hey, there you go.
Because I want to say something. The flesh want to say something, but the spirit says no.
Die to your flesh daily, brother.
Yes, brother.
Die to it daily.
I'm back.
Yeah.
What's his social media again? IM_energy, correct?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, let Dr. Toya know.
Yeah, check him out. You're going to love it. Trust me. Listen, when you missed the beginning, because he definitely got that energy.
Don't do that, chef. Don't do that. Stay the cooking, bro. Stay the cooking.
He did
Stay
it.
the cooking,
Go ahead, do it.
I ain't never heard a person sharp and flat at the same time. No.
Hold on now.
No, sir. No, sir.
Don't mess up now. I can sing now.
What?
Now, don't mess up.
Energy, don't do it. Energy, don't do it.
I'm not gonna sing on here.
Nah. And Energy said he'll produce a beat for you. He'll sing you a couple beats. You can chef it up real quick.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
Where they can find you at again. Somebody in the comments, tell them where they can find you at.
Yes, sir. You can find me on Spotify. You can find me on Apple Music, Amazon, at Energies, ENERGII. All social media is I am underscore energy. That's ENERG double I no Y.
Yeah, all right, there it
All
is.
right.
I heard it.
Yeah.
And listen, listen.
And all y'all telling Chef Dennis to sing, y'all know y'all need to repent. That is not it. Don't do that. That is not what God has called him to do. His name is Chef. He ain't called him to sing nothing. Don't
worry. I'm not gonna sing on here.
All
This ain't
y'all need to know.
But don't worry, you're gonna be shocked, Rodney.
I'm pretty sure gaslighting is a sin somewhere. I'm gonna look that up next week. Don't set that man up.
Hey, look, don't hate.
Pretty sure.
Congratulate.
Just
Don't hate.
saying.
Congratulate.
Don't do that. Don't.
Hey, T, you ain't hear me sing before, did you?
I have not heard you sing before.
Okay,
that's good.
No, you're gonna be my witness. Come back. We got say no.
Hey,
my
y'all want to hear some
sick.
good music? Listen to Energy. I already checked it out. It is Rodney Glover certified. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about nothing. Don't worry about nothing, Chef Dennis. We already know that Chef Dennis ain't bring none of these artists. We'd like to thank Miss give me a second, I remember her name, Miss Camille, right? Miss Camille, because she whatever she got running up over there, she done sent some great artists here this way. You know what I'm saying? You know, it was a year ago Chef Dennis said people couldn't sing for the Lord or couldn't rap for the Lord. Now he got all kind of artists on here acting like he ain't newly delivered. You know what I'm saying? He act like he was on this train the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He just got on in Philly. He ain't been here this whole time, man.
Everything that he throw my way. Is that it? You want to keep telling the world that? How many times?
I'm ready to end the show, bro. We got
how many times I gotta say that? Yes, I said that, Rodney. Yes, I said it. God can use people to rap, and guess what? Yes, I'm correcting it. Is that what you want to hear me keep saying? Yes, Rodney. I'm not perfect, Rodney. Yes, I'm being corrected.
Oh, hold on. That's the first time I ever heard you say that.
Guess what? God is making me the better version of myself.
He's not perfect. That was the first time I heard that.
Yes,
is that what you want to hear? Okay,
I'm proud of you, bro. I'm proud of you, man. Energy, thank you for coming to hang out with us.
Look, Energy,
glad to be here.
We have a good time, bro.
Stroke their ego. Okay, all right, guys. All right, we all right now? Okay. Come on, you're right, Rodney. Is that what you?
I got a rocking now.
Friday for us.
Look, hey, listen. Hey, Energy. Look at Lady T cheekbones. They is hurting right now. She just they hurting.
Friday.
All right, Friday. Got to be like a little kid with Rodney. Okay, Rodney. I'm not perfect. I'm in God's eye. I'm not perfect. Okay, Rodney. Please forgive me. I make wrong steps, man. Okay, I'm boo boo. Okay.
All right.
I forgive you.
We're gonna see how long this lasts. Next week, y'all gonna be talking about the same thing. So.
Oh wow. Okay.
Sing that song. Sing that song. Oh man, listen, guys, it was great. Listen, it's about that time. We're gonna get out of here. Energy. It was man, it was great that you came and blessed us with your presence. Listen, definitely we're gonna be reaching out. I'm gonna send you all of the shorts as well as the show. You can share it and let everybody know that you was here from the Battle to the Glory podcast. And listen, notice that somebody's going to definitely be blessed and transformation. 2026 is transformation year for a lot of people, man. And I'll put that in the atmosphere, transformation. It's going to be a lot of transformation. God is definitely going to get the glory. And so know this, guys, be blessed. Enjoy your weekend. We see you guys next week. Love you. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.